Hello everyone, I'm Maria Hall Brown. Here's what's happening in LA this week. Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez recently led the distribution effort of 1,000 boxes of food to 1,000 Los Angeles households. The huge giveaway operation rolled out at the Hansen Dam Recreation Center, sending loads of groceries and supplies home with lots of grateful families. Take a look.
1,000 boxes of food, 1,000 households will be served with this effort today. As a result of COVID and as a result of food pantries being closed for the holidays, we wanted to close that gap, and so I've coordinated 1,000 food boxes that are going to be given out to residents in the Northeast Valley. We have seen with regularity how many families are in need here in our community, and so we've been very diligent working with them to help close the gap, provide that relief for our food pantries that have been doubling up their efforts since the pandemic began. And so, you see the line rolling up. There's definitely a lot of need that we still have in our community.
Es muy importante para nosotros porque somos una familia grande y con esto del COVID no hemos tenido los suficientes trabajos, recorte de horas, y esto nos ayuda bastante.
Nos ayuda mucho ahorita como está la situación, y en mi casa ni yo ni mi esposa trabajamos y esto nos ayuda mucho para el hogar. Muchas gracias por todas estas organizaciones que han ayudado mucho, estamos muy contentos. Así como yo pienso que hay mucha gente que también está necesitada igual que yo, y pienso que es una cosa muy, muy buena.
We have not been able to sustain these efforts without the incredible generosity of our volunteers, and so we're grateful for the dozens of volunteers that have come out to help us today.
The food distribution is so important because so many people have been affected with everything going on in the world. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. I grew up in this area, and I am in the position that I can come and volunteer and give back to my community, and if I'm able to help, why not?
I just want to thank them, and thanks for all they do for our community. Because a lot of people in my complex, money's tight, so with food being and the cost so high, it's a blessing.
One thing I would like people to know is just that there are so many resources out there, because there's a lot of help out there, and I feel like sometimes people don't really know about those resources. So just get involved. You can always share your concerns, and contacting your council and asking about where you can get help.
I want to thank everybody for their generosity in supporting these efforts, but again, we have a lot of families that are still in need. We want to invite everyone to please get your vaccinations, get your testing. We want to help suspend the growth of COVID and do all that we can to help support our families in need.
Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell was on hand to unveil the restoration work of Frank Lloyd Wright's Residence A. The exterior finishes and seismic work done to this guest house is the first of several phases planned for the famous LA landmark.
It is a beautiful day in Los Angeles. The sun is shining on Frank Lloyd Wright and his incredible legacy, and the legacy of Aileen Barnsdall on this wonderful winter day in Los Angeles.
Today we're celebrating the completion of Residence A, the completion of the exterior finishes. But with that, in advance, was a lot of seismic work, structural work. We restored incredible cantilevered balcony on the north facade of this structure, and we're looking forward to moving into the interior and restoring those finishes as well.
When we first got in here 5 years ago, you could see light coming through parts of the ceiling and walls. There was water damage, significant structural damage, so they've really had to rebuild the home structurally from the inside out. A lot of that molding was missing, so enough of it, of course, still existed so that they could make molds of it and then recreate it. It's really a masterpiece. This is a phenomenal restoration. It looks exactly like it did in 1921. even down to the color and the detail of the window sashes. A few years from now, we'll be back celebrating the completed project. The landscaping will go in after we're finished with some of the outdoor elements. And of course, long term, the entire project will be complete. It'll be a little while longer, but this is a major, major milestone.
Keeping pace with the citywide push to transition to a zero-emissions fleet by 2035, the Port of Los Angeles welcomed the first electric vehicle pilot truck. The truck is the first of 100 vehicles ordered for the port. Channel 35 was there for a look.
It is an incredible day. Nikola is handing over the keys to their Class 8 battery electric truck to TTSI, a leading fleet, a role model fleet, showing that electrification is possible for our drayage trucks.
Well, it's a huge step forward, obviously, in helping the ports meet their environmental goals in the communities. TTSI, back in 2008, made a commitment to convert our fleet to a completely zero-emission platform. Battery electric, hydrogen fuel cell, natural gas.
We design and manufacture heavy-duty commercial battery electric vehicles, fuel cell electric vehicles, and the energy infrastructure solutions those vehicles need to move the things that all of us depend on.
We're constantly hearing about things that are occurring in the world that are a direct result of climate and a direct result of the change that's occurring because of the increase in greenhouse gases. And so it's very important that we do our part.
Bueno, la potencial de este vehículo en su contribución positiva a la comunidad, primero que no hace ruido, muy poco ruido, no hay emisiones que se largan del vehículo. El uso de este vehículo, el confort adentro, no vibra, es un manejo mucho más placentero para el que lo conduce. Lo que quiere decir es que después de terminar un día de trabajo, físicamente se va a sentir uno mucho mejor. Toda la tecnología que está adentro en los paneles ayuda al conductor a hacer su trabajo.
The mayor, he is so proud that the Port of LA is a vital economic engine for the city. And not only that, but throughout his administration, he's also prioritized establishing a sustainable port.
The LA Housing Services Authority opens its winter shelter program. The Office of the City Attorney receives a DUI enforcement grant. And a dual COVID-19 and flu test is now available to Angelenos. These stories up next on City Beat.
The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority is currently hosting their winter shelter program through March 31st, 2022. The Winter Shelter Program is a free resource offered annually to people experiencing homelessness during LA's colder months. The program provides unhoused Angelenos with a warm place to sleep, housing assistance, free meals, and other wraparound services. Winter shelters can be found all across Los Angeles County and will be operating 24 hours a day due to the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or someone you know needs shelter at night, visit lahsa.org/winter-shelter or call 1-800-548-6047. The Los Angeles City Attorney's Office has been awarded a $912,050 impaired driving prosecution grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety. City Attorney Mike Feuer will use the grant to expand his driving under the influence of drugs unit. The aims of the unit are to prevent alcohol, drug-impaired driving and reduce traffic fatalities and injuries. Between October 2020 and September 2021, the City Attorney's Office filed 5,228 individual DUI cases involving drugs, alcohol, or a combination of the two. In light of the recent rise of infection rates, Los Angeles health officials are encouraging residents to get tested for COVID-19 and the flu. A new dual COVID-19 and flu test is now being offered at all Los Angeles County community testing sites. Both viruses can cause upper respiratory illness with symptoms like coughing, wheezing, and fever. Similarly, Both viruses can also be contracted simultaneously. At-home testing via mailed nasal swab kits is also available for LA County residents with COVID symptoms and for those who have had recent exposure. If you're experiencing COVID-19 symptoms or have been exposed to COVID-19, you can get tested for free at locations across LA County. To avoid long wait times, appointments are strongly encouraged. To find a location near you, visit coronavirus.lacity.org/testing.
Looking back, most Angelenos would agree that 2021 was a pretty rough year. COVID-19 took loved ones, jobs, and for a while, a pretty big chunk of our economy. Isolating at home and learning health and safety protocols became an ongoing responsibility for all residents. And local government tried to do as much as it could, as fast as it could, to meet the needs of the constituency. But 2021 wasn't all doom and gloom. We saw neighbors come together. We saw organizations rise up to support communities. We saw art and commerce and hope endure. Join us now as council members from 5 different districts take a look back at the year 2021.
Hello, I'm Maria Hall-Brown. I'm delighted to be joined by Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell from District 13, and we're going to take a look at his district and 2021.
When the pandemic hit, live theater came to a complete halt, as did most of the revenue streams associated with live theater. They couldn't even host events or even rent their venues out for private events. So I created a fund, and we helped close to 30 theaters in the 13th district with $5,000 grants.
There was also a very, very strong push for renters assistance.
What we did in March of 2020, when the pandemic just landed, we knew that the city would be in trouble, we knew small businesses would be in trouble, and we knew renters would be in trouble. So we pivoted, and we aimed to keep people fed and housed, just went right to the basics. So we created a grant for small theaters, as you just heard. We also created a $1 million grant for small businesses and a $1 million subsidy program for renters in the 13th district.
There was a real progressive move to support the LGBTQ community, and there have been some really remarkable strides in that realm.
Yeah, you know, as a member of the community myself, since day one of being in office, I've really focused on the transgender, non-binary community, because even though things are improving significantly, there are still a lot of people that just get left behind. And so we never let up on the focus on uplifting this community as well, whether it's through the shelter that we created for transgender women in Hollywood, or the Midnight Stroll, and making sure that program is continually funded.
And Indigenous peoples.
Indigenous Peoples Day, we celebrated our 4th Indigenous Peoples Day in Los Angeles, and I introduced the Los Angeles Land Initiative at the same time. We're actually looking at deeding property, publicly owned property, back to Indigenous tribes in California. So we're doing a lot of things in that regard. So the work continues, and it really is something that everyone can get behind.
To have a standing ovation in 2022, what do you hope the new year brings?
Over 90% fully vaccinated in LA County, for starters, over 90%, because then we're really talking about putting the pandemic behind us. And so making sure that happens. I have so many great new communities in the 13th district after redistricting. So I want my new constituents, along with all of the incredible neighborhoods that have been in the 13th district for the last couple of decades, that I'm so honored to serve. My office is at your service. We love what we do. We're mission driven, and we're huge believers in constituent services.
Resilience in District 9. I think that's a perfect word because so many things happened in your district in 2021, sort of helping repair the damage of 2020.
The COVID pandemic really hit CD9 hard. We had hundreds of individuals who were impacted, thousands, unfortunately, deaths that occurred. And so we were, from day one, really focused on making sure that our residents had access to testing and then later the shots.
There's also the program Big Leap, which is, helping those that have been impacted by the aftermath of the pandemic.
I'm proud to say that we pioneered it in CD9. 1,000 families, $1,000 a month for a year. The mayor liked it so much, he made a citywide program. People use it for food, clothing, working with their kids, providing, getting the car fixed, the things that really can make a difference.
The issue of homelessness. This is an ongoing issue, and it's not just in District 9. How did 2021 impact District 9?
Well, it hit us hard also. We have the second largest population of encampments throughout the city. But we've been working hard. Next 2 years have over 2,600 units of affordable and homeless housing. We've got 1,000 units in the pipeline now that will be coming online. We have a variety of projects that serve not only homeless but also veterans, transitional age youth, families. And so we have a number of projects that we're very proud of.
All right, well now, 2022. I would imagine you have lots of hopes and dreams. What are you wanting for your district in 2020?
Well, we certainly want to continue to build upon the importance of good health. We're going to be excited about opening up a number of parks, making more green space available in our district. And so we have Slauson Connect, Bill Green Park, a number of other locations that we are very excited about. And we're going to continue providing housing and housing opportunities for those suffering homelessness, but also for those individuals who are just working class individuals who want affordable housing. So it's going to be an exciting time in CD9, and we're excited about the future and moving forward.
Well, I wish you a world of luck, and I'm sure it'll be spectacular. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hello everyone, I'm Los Angeles City Council Member John Lee, and I am honored to have wrapped up another year as the representative here in the 12th Council District. As I enter the second year of my first term as your council member, I think back on all that has happened in the last year and reflect on the true resilience and strength that we've all shown as a community. As a council member, my team and I have worked tirelessly to ensure that we continue to deliver the highest level of service to our district and look for innovative ways to support the community in these truly unprecedented times. As we start up a new year, I will continue fighting to make sure our corner of Los Angeles continues to be one of the best places in the city to live. We have accomplished so much together in the last year, and I look forward to the future. I'm certain that the best things are yet to come. But for now, let's take a look back at all the amazing things we accomplished in the last year together. In the spring, I was proud to reopen the West Valley Animal Shelter and welcome back shelter staff and animals after a year-long closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Also in 2021, with a generous donation from the family of the great Alex Trebek, we broke ground on a major, first-of-its-kind interim housing project here in the 12th District. We partnered with small businesses who were part of our business relief program, and instead of those businesses paying their loans back, they instead had to pay it forward. Working together, we rewarded our community of heroes and those most affected by COVID-19 with free meals through our Lunches for Heroes and our Dinner on Us program. My office also launched an ongoing partnership with Mission City Community Network that will bring mobile mental and physical health care services to underserved residents in the Northwest Valley. One of the most exciting projects my office has worked on is a pilot program for an indoor pod farm. It's here that we unveiled a 40-foot shipping container that houses an indoor pod farm, showing that we can save water, save energy, and make cities the future of farming. We also kicked off the city's LA for All campaign. This ongoing campaign is not just about fighting hate of all kinds. It's about uniting to fight for inclusion, justice, and respect.
Just going around some of our trails, picking up some of the trash, and just keeping Council District 12 as beautiful as it is.
It's important for us to be here today to honor the men and women who have fought so bravely in our armed forces. I'm proud to say that we have awarded over $100,000 in funds in District 12 to residents in need. We're here to give our annual toy drive giveaway. When you see the kids' faces, you know how special an event this is. Happy holidays to everyone, and look forward to working with all of you in 2022.
Hello, I'm Maria Hall-Brown, and I am delighted to be joined by Joe Buscaino from District 15 to take a look back at 2021. Hi, Joe. Great to see you.
Thanks, Maria, for having me.
Let's take a look at your district in 2021.
These are 75 units directly across from Harbor College. I'm really proud of this particular project because we are going to house homeless students that attend Harbor College.
We're here today to celebrate the fact that 80 more people will be coming off the streets and into shelter and services into the safe and secure Salvation Village.
We're bringing vaccinations in partnership with Martin Luther King Hospital to the Jordan Downs community. At Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro LA, we serve Jordan Downs with meal service and after-school service, and we've been partnering to sign up families and community members to get their vaccines.
3, 2. Yes, here at this first ever holiday tree lighting ceremony and our brand new town square, the LA waterfront.
We have a fabulous new development, West Harbor. We can't wait for everybody to see it. And today we're going to have open the first tiny little portion of it called the Promenade.
Here in Little Italy, San Pedro, home of the largest Italian-American community in Los Angeles, we have gathered to kick off our Italian Heritage Month, expecting a lot of great food, entertainment, good people coming together. Happy to see everyone finally reunited safely. 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy your new skate park.
Yeah, local government works best when it listens, and we listen loud and clear to the community and most importantly to the kids.
I'm hopeful in 2022 it'll be a healthier, prosperous year, and wishing this entire city and my beloved Council District 15 happy holidays and a blessed 2022.
And we wish the same for you too. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Maria, for having me.
Here to take a look at all the challenges and successes in District 5. I'm delighted to be joined by Council Member Paul Kreketz from District 5. So nice to have you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a look at 2021 in Council District 5.
The city has a homicide rate increase of over 30%. Is partially because of the influx of ghost guns. Once this passes, we will start seeing a reduction in the use of these guns. As one of the initial donors to the Melrose Action effort to install cameras, I committed $10,000 to the fundraising effort. Overall, we've had about a 70% drop in crime in the last few weeks. We're making Melrose safer. It's a safe place to come and shop and play again. I want to start by strongly condemning the attacks against the Jewish community that we've seen take place over the past 2 days. You see all this stuff. This is what I call zero-use plastics. Worse than single-use plastics, it goes into a drawer or straight into the trash and from there into a landfill. Today's Foodware Upon Request ordinance is a common-sense measure intended to save restaurants money by reducing the amount of stuff that comes home with our food deliveries or pickups. Today, Los Angeles continues to step up its game. Today, we launch an initiative intended to eradicate climate pollution caused by our building stock and to do it through community engagement. I'm proud to join you virtually to stand up in opposition to Senate Bills 9 and 10. It's a fight to prioritize affordable housing over luxury buildings in order to produce and preserve units for Californians of all incomes. We're here to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Armenian Cultural Center. This was an abandoned fire station. We worked for 12 years to make this a reality, and we're very excited to see it open today. We think this will be a tremendous resource for the Armenian community.
Well, thank you so much, Councilmember Kreketz. It's been really lovely having you sitting, chatting with me, and I wish you a wonderful 2022.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. Wish you that as well.
Check out the Portals exhibit at Angels Gate Cultural Center. Join your fellow teens in beautifying LA. Or take an urban walk in Highland Park. All this and more on Things to Do.
You are invited to the newest exhibit at the Angels Gate Cultural Center. The exhibit Portals offers an experiential look at the work of 9 contemporary artists whose works speak to the nature of these life-altering gateways. The exhibition reflects on the transformative nature of passageways, contemplating ideas of boundaries, entrance and egress, progress, and travel into the unknown. Plan a trip to San Pedro to experience Portals. Gallery hours are Thursdays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. beginning January 15th. Mask and proof of COVID-19 vaccination or negative test are required to attend. For more details, visit angelsgateart.org. Teenagers of Los Angeles, this is your weekend to make a difference in your community. Join your fellow teens in a neighborhood beautification project focused on the Koreatown and Hollywood areas. The goal of the gathering is to create more green space while improving the health and quality of life for residents. Make new friends while gaining valuable leadership skills and earning community service hours. There are still lots of ways to get involved. The Teens Leading Change Neighborhood Beautification Project has their weekly virtual meeting on Thursdays at 3:50 p.m. To learn more, visit lapl.org/events or stop by the Pio Pico Koreatown branch to speak with the young adult librarian. The Arroyo Seco Regional Library invites you to enjoy a vigorous walk to explore the Highland Park area. Join your friends in the lobby at the library branch and decide upon a route that may involve hills, stairs, or both, so be prepared. People of all ages are invited to make it a family affair. Dogs are welcome to come too, but they will need to wait outside for the walk to begin. Don't miss this opportunity to connect and socialize in the great urban outdoors. The Walk Highland Park event happens Friday, January 14th, beginning at 10 a.m. If you need more details, visit lapl.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
That's it for this edition. I'm Maria Hall Brown. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.